before we sit down. I'm going to start off this video by saying congratulations, THX789. You have been reduced $100 on drop. Link to the 789 on drop at a new low price of $300, which is like, fuck. 789 in every home. 789 in every home. So I have a THX789 here, obviously. This is mine with my sticker. There's merch. Check out the description or anywhere else. I also have the Element 2 here. And these are both currently acting as headphone amplifiers. The Element 2 is a DAC, but I'm not using it. I'm just feeding it RCA. These beautiful world's best cables. And what we're actually reviewing, you can't see right now because it's DAC. And it's an expensive Platinum Edition DAC. See, don't forget the diamond in the title. And it's huge, so it's just part of my desk. So real quick, headphones being used today. These are the Acoustic Research ARH ones. You can't find them, don't bother. They're great, but you can't. It's just fate has put them away. Stellias, which I'll link to where the Stellias are from. Kawasaki, pretty much like the finest. Is it someone playing Atari outside? The finest closeback that I currently have, at least. The hell was that? I put this down, and then we've got. I picked the Sennheiser HD660s because honestly, this is one of the most popular videos that I've had in the last month. Like, people are looking for HD660s, and you know what? I don't listen to them nearly enough. So we're going to wire them up too. Oh, we should probably move until we get to the actual thing I'm reviewing, which is still under this keyboard because it's fucking huge. That's a DAC, that thing. It's I want to say it's a VCR, but no one knows what that is, but it's a fucking, this is the LKS digital audio, and actually, let me get the actual model number because it doesn't say the model number on the front of it. This is the LKS MH-DA004. All right, and it's a dual ES9038 Pro DAC, and it currently runs on APOS. There's actually two models. There's a standard USB edition, which is $1,459, or the upgraded one, which is $1,499. I have no idea what the difference is or which one I have. It honestly probably doesn't matter. I'd also love to take this cover off to show you, because they've got these beautiful teaser pictures here on APOS, and I'm like, oh, it looks so clean inside of this dual tortials. But then they put this stupid sticker here, which apparently is illegal in the United States, by the way. I want to point this out. To put a sticker on that says your warranty will be voided if you remove me. So little room to mouse. So yeah, if you have a sticker that says warranty void if seal is broken or removed, it probably doesn't actually count. But still, I'm sending this back to APOS. APOS loaned this to me. They're like, hey, you want to do some expensive DACs? And I'm like, so the Gustard DAC A22 is coming up probably very shortly after this, because I'll just replace this with that. And this will go back, and this thing has some interesting quirks and features. And I don't want to bite off of Doug too much, but he was from Pennsylvania, and then he quit out to San Diego. But I'm still here in the thick of it. So it is a DAC with a preamp and a remote control. And it has very strange shit going on. Let me reset my... Have you seen it? I'll get to the back of it, but I'm going to put my keyboard back over here because it's convenient. I currently have USB feeding it from this laptop. It's a Windows 10 laptop. And I have optical feeding it from Kazuna AI over there. And I like to do a test between, I have the same songs on both, and I'll go to the songs and I'll hit enter and I'll hit back, and this way they're both playing at the exact same time. And then I can switch to inputs to hear if there's a difference between USB and optical. Very little, if any. Very little, if any. And this one's outputting 32-bit. I did have it at 384, and there was some stuttering happening. I had it maxed out, 32,384. When you have this thing, when it connects USB, it says it's a combo 384 Amanero. And I know I've heard that before, and I just can't place. That's got to be the USB driver. And there's either something good or bad about. I don't remember. You guys tell me. So I lowered it to 32-bit 192, and it's fine now. There was like every like 60 seconds there was like so another reason to use optical. None of that ever happens. So fascia of the unit, you got a main power button here, which you don't have to use because the remote has a soft off there. So you can stand by the unit, which I just did. You have an input selector, a filter selector, a DPLL BW, we'll get to it, selector, and then volume up and down. So let's turn it back on. It says everything that it is, firmware versions do. It says we are, I'd love to lean this, but I'm afraid I'd actually hurt something. Let's hurt something. This is Z reviews. Oh my God. In case you're wondering, this is heavier than most speaker amps that I've reviewed. Let's put that back on the little lip. All right, so there we have it. It says USB, PCM 192K, slow linear, which is the filter, which if I reach over here, we can go fast. Fast M, slow M, appetizing hybrid, brick wall, and fast linear, slow linear. For what M is. Doesn't matter. I can never hear the difference in filters anyway. DPLL is on BW03, and the volume is set to fixed. Okay, putting you back down. Putting you back down. If you look in here, there are some red lights, which I discussed that with, who was that I discussed the LEDs on the board? Questile. Discussed it with Questile. Those are actually diodes that are doing work. There's not just here to be lights or test lights to say there's a power to the circuit. Those are actually functioning in part of the stream, and I'm assuming it's the same way here. So what I've got plugged into the back, which we should... It's fine. Zeus is a professional reviewer. He knows exactly what he's doing. Oh, Jesus Christ. Everything's going to break. My Stellia is going to break. Everything's broken. AC input. Left and right RCA outputs. Left and right XLR outputs. AES EBU output, which is a, or input, I should say, which is like a pro level thing. You have a coaxial and BNC. So you have a coaxial gold and a BNC, which is essentially the same thing, just a different connector. Then you have I2SH, which is the HDMI looking son of a bitch. And then you have I2SE, which is an Ethernet fucking thing. And that's not a network port. That is not for Wi-Fi, like for plugging into the internet. That's a connection to another piece of hardware, which I've never seen. And then you have USB, which I'm using my beautiful blue cables, which is all I fucking care about. And an Amazon Basic Optical. I'm gonna try not to crush the Stellias. So, oh, we have to wipe it. It's so dirty now. So many fingerprints. It's fine. It's fine. So I've got it hooked up USB to this laptop. This is Windows 10 and optical to that, which is Windows 7. But it doesn't matter because it's optical. And we're feeding it out to a 789 balanced. And we're feeding it out to a JDS Labs Element 2 unbalanced RCA input. And that also is using the 1/4 inch. Oh, these cables, by the way, because they were sent to me, and they're actually pretty good. They're another alternative to like the hard audio cables. This is JerryTheCableGuy.com. And he's got really decent prices. There's a mega kit here for $300. I haven't actually looked at what it is. Oh, it's the everything. It's the fucking everything. All of our handmade cables, high power cord, Magome wire, heat shrink, it just lists everything that goes into it. He should have a better list, like an actual list. I guess when you just say everything and then have every picture of it. So Jerry the Cable Guy, if you want to look at these cables, this thing on APOS is available in black or silver, by the way. In case your $1,500, you know, has to specifically match something. I guess I'd probably go silver. Black is sort of boring. If you're going to spend this much money on a DAC, whether it's to control powered speakers or your living room setup. I was using this, by the way, when I did the Martin Logan towers, the Martin Logan ESLs. This was the source, and and I was sending the signal down XLR to the Emotiva power amp. And then that Emotiva power amp was powering the speakers. So yeah, you've seen this before. You just probably didn't notice it. And I probably linked it in the description of those. So let's get another headphone, or just take this back out for a second because I don't want to listen to anything but these. Wait, where are we? Oh. There we go. That's optical. USB is broken. I did kill the unit and it might have freaked it out. So hold on. I give everything the benefit of the doubt at least once. There you go. Now it's fine. So we got Lord Love Club there. We've got Made in Abyss here. USB, optical, balanced, unbalanced. My job is stressful sometimes. Not today. Today is good. I'm going to take these off. These might just be too fun, and I'll just never be able to assess anything ever. So the Jerry the Cable Guys, by the way, the big ones, you have XLR 1/4 inch. They're thick paracord. So I could do multiple reviews at the same time. The other ones, the more portable ones, 4.4 and 3.5 are smaller. I did, however, have to modify them slightly by drawing a little white thing so I know where to line this up. Otherwise, you're sort of guessing. Stellias. You literally cannot ask for a more precise closeback, even if they are super fucking efficient. Like, I'm on medium gain, and that gain is all the way down, and I can still hear music. So let's lower that to low. I have the volume currently fixed. I'll show you how you do that in a second, because it involves this remote. I have a love-hate with this remote. Number one, it scratched my fucking screen down here because the edges are sharp as fuck. Down the road. It's like literally like, can you see that? So you could almost kill yourself with this remote control, but it's metal box. The buttons are weird. Again, we'll get to it. Put this shuffle back on. Oh, spoiler alerts on something for the 789. Now that it's dropped to $300 and everyone's going to have one, my patronage chat, the one that's $10 if you subscribe, Star, or Patreon, they're like folding at home, but for like ideas. So like I have an idea and then it goes there and then it just, like 200 people just start chewing on it. And I didn't come up with this idea. This came out of the ether. But apparently, since this 789 does not have a properly balanced volume knob, if you bypass the volume knob, the 789 sounds better. How do you bypass the volume knob, you ask? Well, first thing you do is you take this off of a fixed. You take this off of fixed so that it has a volume control. So this becomes a volume control. Then you just crank the fuck out of this to maximum. Once this pot's all the way up, and that's on high gain, and there's no more limitations inside, it's essentially acting as a power amplifier, like the Emotiva, or my Crowns. Just all the way up, just straight up. So now I'm at 44 dB down on this. And you know what? There's something to their madness. So you have to do it with the DAC's voltage change. You can't do it with like foobar. But that's just something to play with. Just don't blow your fucking headphones up because that's a lot of power. And if you got expensive headphones and I was going to go back to this and go, whoop, I put it back to line out instead of pre-out, these would explode. You'd watch the most expensive episode of Z Reviews ever. So that is a great little trick to get a little bit more like just... I don't know what it is. It's a little more soulful, the 789, which is hard to imagine. I mean, it's a little bit sterile by default, but it's a little more. But you know, but this is dangerous shit. So just fucking play with fire, baby. Don't get burned. So I'm gonna lower that a bit now, way back, way back. It's a good DAC. Stop, Cios. You're going to just start talking about shit, and people are wondering, does a DAC actually sound worth its money? And it always is going to fucking pain me, always in this channel, to give like a nod to a $1,500 DAC. Because it's like, well, the RME ADI2 exists, yes? And you've done a couple other like $1,000 or close to $1,000 DACs. So why is this one also worth it? Why should I spend my hard-earned cash? And you know, if you're not buying a $1,500 DAC, I can guess about 60% of my audience is probably going to buy one. And the other 40% you're just chilling out because you're going to buy a much more expensive DAC. This has weird options. Weird enough to consider it. So let's look at the remote, which again, metal, infrared, not RF or anything. The buttons are the actual buttons you'd find like on a motherboard, like the reset button. That is not, these are not buttons as much as they are mounted to the circuit board and popped up through the metal. So they're really small and like plastic. And they like the power one's at least a different color, but I wasn't prepared for that. It's like taking a $1,500 unit, giving me a metal remote, and then putting just a plastic little nibs up. But you know what? They fit a lot of them. Like they could have spread it out more, but they fit all the ones you need, and like everything is thumb controllable. You don't have to like move up and down, which I kind of am okay with this. This is like a love-hate thing. So power, brightness, which here you have display light 100%, 75, 50, 25, auto off, which means it will, if nothing gets changed, if I don't change the volume, it will just off. Because everyone knows audiophiles like to play music in the dark, and I'm no exception. That's actually a thing. Try playing music and then like at night, and then shutting everything off and covering every LED. It's a completely different experience. Your brain goes into weird dream mode. You got the up, down, left, right, which is left and right are to change inputs. So there's so many. We start on USB. I'll say we start on USB, but that's where we are. Coaxial, BNC, AES, optical, IISE, IISH, USB. So that's how many inputs you get to flip through. And you can go back and forth through that. The center button is the bypass button. Now the bypass means you're either going to go from a pre-out, like we have here, which I'm -44, which I was using because I was controlling the volume here, and I was blasting this as a powered amp. You would do it like this for powered monitors, or like if I went to my living room and I took this over my crowns, this would be the volume control. By the way, this is getting warm. Not warm enough to cook a pizza, but it'll definitely keep it above room temperature. That's how I judge equipment, by the way. Welcome to Z Reviews. If you want to put this from a pre-out to a line-out. Line-out means there's no volume control. That's it, maximum. Full voltage, full fuck you voltage, which we're going to double check, make sure everything here is down when I do that. You have to hit the bypass button, and then it says volume bypass, no, yes. So it's a two-step process, and it goes away real quick. A lot of the menu items in this go away real quick, which I think I'd get used to if I was using it all the time. But for like reviews and things like this, I go to hit bypass. Oh, what does this say? Bypass. Okay, volume bypass. So you have to know what you're doing. You get used to it. So left is no. You don't want a volume bypass. You want to continue using pre, and right is yes. I want to bypass the volume control and become a line out. It would probably be better if it said volume bypass preamp or pre-out or line out, but instead you have to like work out in your head what yes and no mean. So I'm currently on no because it shows me a volume control. If I go to yes, which you have to hit bypass and a direction, bypass and a direction. If you hit yes, now it says volume fixed. So now this has no other function but to be a DAC. It's just being a DAC. You just take this remote, you can take the batteries out of it, which requires fucking Allen keys. Oh, this didn't come with batteries. I remember that now. I got it and I'm like, wonder if this will work. Nope. I had to find an Allen key that fit it and open it up and put AAA batteries in it and then close it back up. So you're spending $1,500. They don't even give you the AA batteries. So, I mean, you probably want to put some sort of, oh my God, are there audiophile batteries? I need to stop this video. There's millions of dollars to be made. Holy shit. I got to contact the marketing team. You got to have batteries in your remote that increase the sound stage of your fucking tuning. Oh my God. Yeah, so I should finish with the remote. Up, down, left, right, bypass. Filter, which we know what filter is: appetizing, hybrid, brick wall, fast, linear, slow linear. Fast M and slow M. I forget what the M stands for, but it doesn't matter. I can't hear a difference in those. I'm going to skip DPLL for 1 second. Give me a second. We're going to get to it. And then there's this button, which is like a 0 with a strike through. And if you hit that, swap DSD channels no. Swap DSD channels no. And then you hit it again. And if you do it fast enough, it says swap DSD channels yes. Makes no difference. I don't play DSD. So, I mean, if you want to swap DSD channels, you have a no or a yes. And for some reason, that's the fucking button for it. M. Another DSD, DOP off and on. And I forget really quickly, I'm sorry, what DOP means. Big D, lowercase o, capital P, and you literally have on or off, dope. I'd ask Alexa what it is, but she wouldn't fucking tell me. Besides, none of that matters. Because we have two other buttons. And I've never seen a DEEMF. It looks like DE miles per hour. But that means de-emphasize. Because when you hit it, it says de-emph. Which makes more sense. DE-EMPH, de-emphasize. And again, you have on and off. And again, I can't fucking hear a difference. And I've tried it with USB. I tried it with high bitrate stuff. I mean, maybe this is another thing that's like DSD. But I've never seen a de-emphasize fucking button. The end. Now. Oh, by the way, you know the weird thing about this? It says LKS audio on the front of the remote, and it says made in China at the bottom of the remote. Like, not on the back, not on the fucking thing, right there, in just small enough letters that you have to kind of like look at it, like, oh, okay. So either that's a I'm proud to be made in China thing, which is a thing. The Chinese audiophile market is huge, and this is one of those things that sort of leaked out to the world, like amongst other things that have leaked out of the world. I guess, whatever. I get a black magic marker, you can cross that out. Just weird that that's there and not just put somewhere else. But now we're going to talk about DPLL, which, when you hit this button, which is also here, it counts BW. It starts out with DPLL, no BW. None. And when you're in this mode, no music will play. What? Yeah, I'm serious. What are we plugged into here? This is this. I'm going to unplug the Stellias. We're going to put the ridiculously popular on my YouTube channel Sennheiser HD660S's linked in the description if you want to, I'm taking them out for reviews and stuff, so they're just keep buying them. Oh, I didn't mark this one, so you have no idea which way to plug this in. You should just like spin until you find it. So I have fixed, which means I have this, which means which one's playing USB is here, and there's no sound. So, okay, so DPLL, no BW, means nothing happens. You hit it once, now it says BW01, and we're playing music. BW02, 03, 04, 05, 06, 07, 08, 09, 010, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and then no BW. So this is an option with 16 settings. And this is the first option that I found on a high-end DAC that I didn't know what it was, but I could actually hear a difference. It scales to me what sounds like the high-end from being like this is the best way I could describe it after using it on the living room, on the Martin Logans, and here on the desk with headphones. No, BW01 has the most trebliness, and BW15 has the least trebliness. And I kind of like it at BW05. Now, if you want to not be Zeos and judge that setting by your ears, linked in the description will be this. It's a PDF from the IEEE.org. talking about the PLL feedback loop theory, which is that is what that is, the DPLL. And what does DPLL bandwidth mean? Well, PLL acts as a low-pass filter with respect to the reference modulation. High-frequency reference jitter is rejected. Low-frequency reference modulation, e.g. spread spectrum clocking, is passed to the VCO clock. PLL acts as a high-pass filter with respect to the VCO jitter bandwidth, and the modulation frequency of the PLL begins to lose lock with the changing reference, as you can see in this graph. If you don't like that graph, we could just keep scrolling down to the PLL components and frequency domain, and the closed-loop PLL transfer functions. And what is the zero? Please fucking stop. Okay, I'm sorry I asked. I'm sorry I asked, internet. Please stop. It has to do with some clock timing or jitter or fucking, I don't know. Oh God, there's a diagram, there's an eye diagram, there's more charts. It's just metal. What? Jay's got his period. All right, I'm see, and this is I'm halfway down. It's just oh fuck. Okay, I'm gonna only link that in the description. By the way, we're gonna check out Hi-Fi Guides and check out the forums where I'm sure at any moment, in fact, I should start it. I'm gonna be like, hey guys, what do you think about practical phase lock loop design? Do you think that's a worthwhile thing on my DAC? And I'm just gonna watch the forums melt. Because to my layman, and in this terms of like this level of audiophilia, I'm a fucking layman. Because all I have is my ears. I know, right? It's super weird. Why would anyone even just have ears? I gotta take this off. No BW. I'm gonna go to the number that makes me smile is 5. Mr. Freeman, the number is 05. It makes the happy. Yeah, that's like the right amount of like treble, but not like a little bit too much. Like 1 is a little bit too much, and then 15 and anything below 10 is like it's a little bit softer. I don't fucking know. That's math. A DAC is a math box. It's literally what this is. It takes the ones and zeros that should make a waveform, and it maths the fuck out of them to make an analog waveform that looks beautiful. And woof, you just added 17 fucking colors to the palette. The fucking happy little trees are gonna get painted like with 6 finger hands. So why is this DAC worth $1,500? Well, that's why. Because that's some shit that I don't even know. I don't even know. I just know that if you think it's like the most finite treble control I've ever had in anything, and it actually makes you sit here and think, well, should I put this like 2 more over or 2 more back? And you can only go one way, so if you're on 7 and you want 6, you have to go from 7 to 15 to 0 to 6. So it's not like it's convenient. It's just that that's my head hurts. Please, Mr. Freeman. White teeth teen. I like music. Remember when this was about like enjoying music on your desk because you're a broke teenager? How did I get here? How did we get here? How did me and the waifu in the background get here? God, the JDS Labs is fucking good. I'm starting to believe more and more that the 789 needs that thing, because if I just switch from balanced to unbalanced in the JDS, and I'm just like, everything works out. Shuffle it. Yeah, this is a very good system. Okay. I don't want to continue. I don't want to make these 45-minute long episodes. I know you've got nothing better to do in quarantine. I've got nothing better to do in quarantine. I'm just going to keep swapping things out of my desk. I haven't reviewed those. Let's review these. Oh, how about this? Oh, how about the Magic DAC? Because that's a... You know what? I'm going to fucking review the Magic DAC, too. Because why not? Fuck. All the DACs. It's just going to be DACs in a row. We're going to go from 1,400 to 1,000 to like 350? I forget what you cost. I'm going to de-emphasize everything now. Now I've de-emphasized it, so we're good. Like, literally, there isn't even, like, a click or anything. At least when you change B&W, it offs the music just a slight little, like... It's like a click, click. But with de-emphasize, it doesn't do anything. I don't even know what that is. I don't even know what the fuck it is. This is a very good DAC. I have nothing bad to say about how it sounds. I have to question reference levels, though, because when you get a DAC, when I get a DAC, I expect it to be the end. Like if you get the Army ADI2 and you could do all sorts of configurations to it and DSP corrections, that's fine. But you can shut those off, and then you know what normal is. With this, with de-emphasize, with this DPLL BW stuff, what's standard? Like, where's my reference point? This feels more like an audiophile product than like put it in a studio. Because if you're mixing and mastering and you could swap BW from 01 to 15 and you decide that 9's where you're at and you mix it to that, that might skew the end result. This is an end DAC. This is for a person who's listening, not for a person who's making it. That's almost like a tone control on this DAC. Almost. It's such my fucking brain, the math, all right? You don't get it. You'll never fucking get it. None of you will understand. Me reading that and trying to grasp it, to give it to you on video, madness. Fucking madness. I didn't even do well in regular math. Like calculus was a lot. That's... Woo! I'm gonna... Lost Boys soundtrack. That I get. I love that movie. Vampires. Corey Feldman and Vampires. You haven't seen Lost Boys? Go see Lost Boys. Lost in the shadows. Do I have this? Oh, yeah, I don't know again. Yeah, oh, fucking, I love 660. I love look, I don't have headphones I don't love. For at least something, some specific reason. So just check those out. As you can see, I had the drill here because I was going to take this apart. I want to look inside of it. I want to see what's inside of it, but I can't break that, even though it's not really fathomable. But I'm going to be nice to APOS. They loaned this to me. Links in the description to APOS. If you're wild enough, they've actually got a lot of good stuff coming on there. Now that Amazon has decided to debunk all of their affiliate stuff, there's gonna be a lot of pop-up communities wrapped around other places. Not just because they will still pay everyone, but because Amazon doesn't carry shit like this. APOS carries shit like this. There's Hi-Fi Go. They carry specific things. We've got Adorama coming into the game now, trying to get every headphone on earth in there, and Triangle speakers. So you can expect a lot of things to just spread out, not just be direct, but have a lot of resellers coming onto the internet to sell things like this. So check out APOS. These things are going to go back to them. Yes. If any of this madness has intrigued you, please click the link in the description. If you want to make sure I get my pills, please support this channel with a Subscribestar or Patreon. I actually got a slightly higher percentage on Subscribestar if you decide to join, although it is a little bit more rough around the edges, the site, like as far as messaging and things. But, you know, both places get the exact same benefits. The $5 patrons and Subscribestar subscribers, or substars, as I will now call them, because I hate saying that whole fucking phrase. For $5, you get to see these reviews early. Watch me lose my mind in the privacy of your own home with a small group of friends. Also, if these sell out, you have the benefit of avoiding the Zeos effect, which is when I review something and it's popular and everyone buys all of them and then you can't get them. That has happened several times. Ask me any questions you want on platform. You can message me on Patreon or Subscribestar, and I will get back to you. It may not be timely, but it'll happen because there's a lot. You also get to enter the yard sales. Now, if this was given to me, and I was like, if I had a reason to keep it, which I kind of have reasons to keep it, but if it was a product given to me, or I bought it like I did the Behringer amplifiers, if I purchased something just to review it, and I'm done with it, yard sale. Oh, you know what? Or if I had something around for a year or two, I've used it, I've compared it, it's going out of, just here you go. Offer me money. 1st to the 10th of every month. It's blind silent auction. Highest bidder wins, no starting bids. I ship free US, half shipping international. That's the $5 tier. The $10 tier is where those crazy bastards that figured out that if you do filter, bypass, no, crank, take this, then you take this, and you do this. So now this should sound better than everything on earth, because you don't touch that, and then you just do this. that is... I mean, it's 80s music, but it's, I can tell. So if you want to join those crazy bastards who are all talking about modifying their 789s by opening them up and changing on op amps, feel free to spend $10 on Patreon or subscribe so it gives you access to that Telegram chat. The same Telegram that ISIS uses because the government can't track what's inside of it. But I mean, I guess it's not as important for audiophile group, but maybe it is. I don't know. What if we discover real, true AI? You want to keep that shit away from everyone. And there are higher tiers that'll be used in the future for hardware swap. Those are not happening right now because Corona doesn't want to get packages from someone else over and over and over again. So on hold until probably the summer or this fall or winter or spring of 2021. I don't know. We'll see how the world's going. That wallpaper, by the way, and all wallpapers are available in the description of every video and in a wallpaper database that I maintain for the patrons and Subscribe Star people. So if I don't own these wallpapers, I find them on the internet, I edit them to fit this monitor, and if you want to look up the original artists, you can. Source Now or IQDB will, you could put that in there and it should take you to whatever Pixiv account or, what's that other one? DeviantArt? Yeah, wherever it is, and you can go and say, you got awesome artwork, whatever. So that's a benefit, but I'm not charging for that because that would be scummy. Like, I'm not selling other people's art. That's dumb. It just is beautiful art, and I think everyone should be promoted of it, especially if it's Kazan AI in short shorts. That's it. I think I'm done talking now. I don't want to think about that page anymore with the math. Oh, check out Hi-Fi Guys in the forums. I talked about the forums already. I don't know if I'd add this to like as a DAC. I mean, I guess I should. I'm not giving it like, it's not rejected. It's nice and warm. Oh, one little other thing that I'll add on to the end of all my wrap-ups, because I don't know how to structure videos yet. When a DAC gets warm, that's because even though it's a DAC and it isn't an amplifier, it still has to take the digital signals and take them from a chip to voltage that has to go to another amplifier. So it's just bringing out 4 volts here. So there is an amplifier in every DAC. And one of the reasons when DACs get expensive is because the amplifiers in the DAC are better amplifiers. Just like the better amplifiers are better amplifiers, well, there's another amplifier in the amplifier, and luckily they haven't separated them yet. Because then there'd be like a DAC and then a DAC transport amp to a no, please don't do that. I think that's it. I linked to everything here, and a link to a screwdriver. Link to the Zeos in the future, because you're lazy on the couch. Link to this Bosch 12-volt hammer drill. I could put this on hammer and then try to take the things out. That'll be fun. Anyway, I'll see you all tomorrow for not a DAC, or maybe.